Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking air disasters of recent years. This tragic event unfolded in the skies of Brazil in 2024, shaking the nation and raising critical questions about aviation safety. So, buckle up as we explore the heart-wrenching story of the Voepass ATR 72-500 flight that never reached its destination. Before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you enjoy our content. Now, let's take off. It was an ordinary day in the Brazilian city of Cascavel, Paraná. Passengers boarded the Voepass ATR 72-500, a sturdy and reliable aircraft, ready for their journey to Guarulhos, São Paulo. The crew had done this flight many times before, and the weather forecasts, though not ideal, weren't entirely out of the ordinary. However, in aviation, it's the subtle details that can make all the difference. The flight departed on time, but as it climbed, conditions began to deteriorate. Reports had already warned of severe icing along the route. Ice, a dangerous enemy for any aircraft, started to build up on the wings and engines. The pilots noted the growing presence of ice, but the plane was equipped to handle such conditions, or so they thought. As the aircraft continued, the systems designed to protect against icing began to show signs of failure. The pilots, focused and trained, tried to manage the situation. Conversations captured by the cockpit voice recorder revealed their growing concerns. "There's a lot of ice building up," the co-pilot remarked nervously. The situation was becoming dire, but the crew remained professional and composed. What happened next was nothing short of terrifying.
Meu Deus do céu, caiu avião no meu vizinho!
Despite the aircraft being designed for such conditions, the buildup of ice became overwhelming. The plane lost lift, and before the pilots could fully regain control, it entered a spin, a deadly spiral that no commercial aircraft should ever experience. Eyewitnesses on the ground later reported seeing the plane plummet, a helpless descent from which there was no recovery. The aircraft crashed before an emergency could even be declared. The once routine flight had ended in tragedy.
Caralho, rapaziada, o avião caindo, que porra é essa, viado? Caralho!
Emergency response teams arrived quickly, but there was nothing they could do to save the passengers and crew. The wreckage told a story of devastation.
Cuidado de explodir, meu, cuidado! Não tem o que fazer.
In the aftermath, the Brazilian Air Force's CENIPA began their investigation. This wasn't a simple crash to explain. Early theories pointed to a combination of mechanical failure and extreme weather. The anti-icing systems, designed to prevent this very situation, seemed to have faltered under the intense conditions. But even with systems in place, human factors, environmental conditions, and the aircraft's mechanical state all contributed to this heartbreaking event. Reports released later highlighted the severe ice conditions as a primary factor. However, the investigation team stressed that aviation accidents are rarely caused by just one issue. In this case, multiple factors converged to create a situation where the pilots could do little to prevent the disaster. The final report, which is still in development, will address all these concerns, drawing conclusions that could change aviation safety standards globally. But for now, we can only reflect on how the skies, once so safe, turned deadly for those aboard the Voepass flight. This tragedy didn't just shock Brazil, it sent ripples throughout the global aviation community. Authorities from around the world reached out to offer assistance, as everyone knew that the findings could have international implications. Airlines operating in similar weather conditions began reviewing their protocols, and Brazil's aviation regulatory bodies intensified inspections, especially concerning aircraft operating in icing conditions. Voepass itself worked closely with investigators, and the safety of its fleet was scrutinized more intensely than ever before. This was more than a legal responsibility, it was a moral one. The families of the victims, devastated by their loss, deserved answers. They deserved to know that this would never happen again.
Caralho, rapaziada, o avião caindo. Que porra é essa, viado? Caralho! Caralho, que porra é essa, viado?
And so, as we conclude this tragic story, we're left with a chilling reminder of the dangers of aviation, even in a world of advanced technology. Accidents like these make us pause and remember the lives lost and the importance of learning from such events to ensure that future flights are as safe as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on this tragic incident. Until next time, take care.